There's a myth that I want us to bust together, right here, today. It's the myth that after a certain age, style is about following a long list of rules. Wear dark colors to be safe. Cover your arms. Don't wear anything too flashy. These are rules designed to make you slowly, gradually, fade into the background of your own life. But I'm here to tell you, it is time to throw that ridiculous rulebook in the trash. Let's tear it up together and start writing our own. Hello, beautiful ladies. My name is Expert's Name. For over 20 years as a stylist and image consultant, I have witnessed hundreds of incredible transformations. And I've discovered a powerful secret. The secret to timeless beauty isn't found in an expensive jar of anti-aging cream. It doesn't come from a surgeon's office. And it is definitely not about chasing the fleeting trends designed for younger women. The most powerful tool to reignite your radiance is actually much simpler. It's waiting for you right inside your closet. It is, quite simply, color. That's right, just color. And I want us to be very clear about something from the start. The goal of this video is not about how to look younger. Younger is a hopeless chase of the past. Our goal today is to learn how to look and feel more radiant, more vibrant, and like the absolute best version of the woman you are right now. We are going to celebrate the wisdom in your eyes, the confidence in your walk, and the joy in your smile. In this video, I'm not going to give you a boring list of do's and don'ts. No, we are going on a journey of discovery together. We will dive deep into the science of why certain colors can literally make your skin glow and your eyes sparkle. I'm going to share the true stories of real women, just like you and me. Women who completely transformed how they felt about themselves, simply by daring to try a new hue. This isn't just a fashion lesson. This is an invitation to redefine the beauty of maturity. So, please, pour yourself a cup of tea or coffee and find a comfortable spot. Are you ready to rediscover your own radiance? Let's begin. All right, let's dive right into our first color, and trust me, it's a beautiful place to start. We're going to begin with a color I like to call a glow in a bottle, and that's soft rose pink. Now, this isn't the bubblegum pink you might remember from your teenage years. We're talking about the sophisticated, grown-up shades like blush, dusty rose, and muted mauve. It's the color of quiet elegance, a whisper, not a shout. So, why does this seemingly simple hue have such incredible power? Well, the answer lies in a little bit of science and a little bit of psychology. From a scientific standpoint, as we get older, our levels of collagen and estrogen decrease, and circulation isn't quite as robust as it used to be. This is exactly why our skin can lose that natural, rosy flush, sometimes leaving it looking a little pale or sallow. I've seen it with my clients, and frankly, I see it in my own reflection in the mirror each morning. Soft rose pink acts like a natural light diffuser. It bounces a warm, rosy light onto your face, which helps to neutralize any yellow or gray tones, giving you a healthier, more vibrant look. It's truly like carrying your own personal sunrise with you. Psychologically, pink has an undeniable power. Dr. Angela Wright, a leading color psychologist, once said, "Pink calms our negative energies. It communicates warmth and compassion. When you wear soft pink, you not only appear more approachable, you actually feel softer and gentler yourself." Have you ever felt that? That the favorite colors of your youth just don't have the same magic anymore? Let me know about your experience in the comments below. This reminds me of my client, Eleanor. Does her story sound familiar to you? Eleanor was a retired history professor, a brilliant mind who spent her career in a uniform of power colors, like navy blue and charcoal gray. That was her armor for a lifetime of work. When she came to me, she wanted a new style for her new chapter, but she was hesitant. I handed her a cashmere sweater in a beautiful dusty rose. She immediately waved it off, saying, "Oh no, dear. Pink is for young girls." I convinced her to just try it on. The moment she wore it and looked in the mirror, there was just silence. The look of sternness on her face seemed to melt away. Her blue eyes sparkled again. She whispered, "I look so much gentler." A week later, she called to tell me that the sweater wasn't just an item of clothing. It was permission. Permission to be soft, permission to enjoy, permission to be a new version of herself after decades of dedication. Has a piece of clothing ever given you that feeling of permission? I would love to hear your story. So, how can you bring soft rose into your wardrobe with style? First, let's talk shade. If you have a cool skin tone, try a pink with a hint of lavender. If you have a warm skin tone, go for a peachy or coral pink. Personally, I find that dusty rose is a universally flattering and elegant choice for almost everyone. Second, fabric is everything. Trust me, the difference between a polyester pink and a silk pink is night and day. Invest in natural materials like cotton, silk, or cashmere. They give the color a depth and a luxury that synthetics just can't match. And third, let's talk pairings. For a classic look, pair soft rose with ivory or cream. For a modern feel, pair it with charcoal gray. And for an unexpected twist, try it with olive green. It's a surprisingly chic and sophisticated combination. To finish the look, keep things simple. For makeup, a touch of cream blush in a similar tone and a nude pink lipstick is all you need. For accessories, pearls are a rose pink's best friend. The simple pearl necklace my mother gave me is always what I reach for with my favorite silk rose blouse. It's a combination that never fails. Soft rose pink brings light and vibrancy. But for that beautiful color to truly sing, it needs the perfect canvas to rest on. And that brings us to our next color, a hue that I believe is the most underrated secret weapon in a sophisticated woman's wardrobe. Alright, now, let's talk about the foundational color of every elegant wardrobe. It's more than just a color. I want you to think of it as a type of light. And that is warm ivory, or as you might know it, cream or vanilla. For years, we were all taught that a crisp, stark white shirt was the epitome of chic. But I'm here to tell you a truth that might be a little hard to hear. After a certain age, pure white may no longer be our friend. So why is that? Optically speaking, pure white reflects nearly 100% of the light that hits it. That intense, cool light magnifies every shadow on your face, from under eye circles to fine lines. It can drain the warmth right out of your skin, leaving you looking tired and washed out. I'll never forget the moment this clicked for me. It was when I saw a photo of myself at my grandson's birthday party. I was wearing a pure white blouse that I used to love. But in the picture, I looked exhausted, even though I'd felt so happy that day. The shirt was just bouncing all this harsh light back at me. Have you ever had that experience? Felt like a crisp white outfit was dimming your shine instead of brightening it? I know I'm not the only one. In contrast, warm ivory has the tiniest drop of yellow in it. It reflects a soft, gentle, warm light, just like candlelight. This light bathes your face, it blurs imperfections, and it gives your skin a healthy, supple glow. The legendary designer Albert Hadley once said, "Cream, the color that is not a color, is the epitome of chic." It just feels warm, sophisticated, and timeless. This brings to mind my client, Claire. Are there any minimalists watching right now? Those of you who have lived by the code of black and white? That was Claire. She was a retired graphic designer, and her closet was a curated collection of perfectly tailored, pure white shirts. It was her signature, but she also admitted that lately, she felt she looked severe in her clothes. During one of our sessions, we did a little experiment. I had her put on her favorite stark white shirt, and then an identical one in a soft vanilla cream. The difference was breathtaking. In the pure white, her skin looked a bit gray, but in the cream, her complexion suddenly had this warmth. Her silver hair looked more luxurious, and her eyes looked brighter. She didn't change her minimalist style, she simply upgraded it. She was still that elegant woman, but now, her elegance was infused with a new warmth and vitality. Mastering this color is incredibly easy, and here's how. First up, play with texture. The secret to wearing ivory from head to toe without looking boring is to mix your materials. Try a cashmere sweater with silk pants, or a ribbed cotton knit with a linen skirt. The variety in texture creates a very subtle, sophisticated depth. Next, choose your fabrics by the season. In summer, reach for linen and high-quality cotton. In winter, nothing beats cashmere, wool, or tweed. A beautiful trench coat in a warm cream is an investment that will never go out of style. And finally, let's talk about powerhouse pairings. Ivory with camel or cognac. That is a timeless, wealthy-looking combination. Ivory with navy blue, a classic contrast that's much softer than black and white. And ivory with denim. This is my personal go-to uniform. A simple ivory cashmere sweater with a great pair of well-fitting jeans is my formula for an effortless, put-together look. When it comes to jewelry, gold and ivory are a match made in heaven. The warmth of the gold jewelry plays beautifully against the creamy tones of the fabric, creating an incredibly luxe look. As for accessories, think of leather goods in shades of tan, brown, or cognac. A beautiful bag, a simple belt, or a pair of classic loafers are the perfect finishing touch. What's your favorite way to wear ivory? Let me know your ideas. So now we have this perfect foundation, this warm, radiant canvas in warm ivory. It's calm, it's elegant, but what happens when you want to add a breath of fresh air to that canvas? A touch of serenity that also happens to make your eyes sparkle. Well, my friends, that leads us to our third magical color. All right, I want you to take a nice deep breath in with me. And exhale. That feeling right there, that's what our next color is all about. I call it soft blue, and it's like a breath of fresh air for your spirit and your style. We're talking about the shades of a clear morning sky, of ocean mist. Think sky blue, ice blue, and powder blue. The power of soft blue comes from its incredible ability to balance color. Scientifically, I want you to think back to the color wheel we all learned about in art class. Blue sits directly opposite orange and red. So what does that mean in the real world? It means that if your skin has a tendency toward redness, or you have some broken capillaries, wearing soft blue near your face will visually neutralize that red. It acts like a natural color corrector, calming everything down and making your skin tone look more even and serene. But the real magic, and this is something I can personally vouch for as I have blue-gray eyes myself, is what it does for your eyes. A little visual perception study once showed that when a color is placed next to its complement, both appear more vibrant. Soft blue makes the whites of your eyes look brighter, which in turn makes any eye color, especially blue, gray, and even green, absolutely sparkle and appear deeper. For all of you out there with blue, gray, or green eyes, have you noticed this? Is soft blue your secret weapon? Psychologically, it's no surprise that blue is universally seen as the color of peace. Beatrice Eisman, the executive director of the Pantone Color Institute, often says that blue is perceived as stable and serene, like the sky and the ocean. When you wear it, you're sending a signal of calm and trustworthiness. This makes me think of a very special client, Dr. Margaret. She spent 40 years as a pediatrician, and her entire life was connected to her white doctor's coat. That was her uniform, her identity. I want you to think for a moment about a uniform you've worn for years, whether for a job or just out of habit. What happens when you finally step out of it? When Margaret retired, she felt lost. She has the most beautiful gray eyes, but they often look tired behind her glasses. During a session, I suggested she try a simple V-neck sweater in sky blue. At first, she was hesitant. It was so different from the white she was used to. But the moment she put it on, something magical happened. The cool hue didn't just soothe her skin. The most incredible part was her eyes. For the first time, I saw those gray eyes truly shine, as clear and sparkling as an early morning lake. The sweater became the perfect frame to highlight a beauty she had almost forgotten. For Margaret, it wasn't just about finding a new color. It was about rediscovering a part of herself that wasn't the doctor, but was simply a woman with the most stunning eyes. Bringing this freshness into your style is so easy. First, explore the different shades. Sky blue brings brightness. Powder blue is softer and more classic. And don't forget periwinkle, a mix of blue and a touch of lavender, which is so unique and flattering. Second, the fabric tells the story. Soft blue looks best in materials that feel airy and natural. Think linen for summer, cotton chambray for a casual look, and cashmere for a cozy, gentle warmth in winter. Third, let's talk about elegant pairings. Soft blue with warm ivory is a combination that never fails. That's my personal favorite for spring and summer, especially a soft blue shirt with white jeans. Another combination is soft blue with camel or taupe. This mix of cool and warm tones creates an incredibly sophisticated and modern look. And, of course, soft blue with denim. Playing with different shades of blue is always a great idea. For makeup, a common mistake is to wear blue eyeshadow. Please don't. Keep your eyes natural with mascara and a bit of brown eyeliner. Instead, add a pop of warmth with a peachy pink or coral lipstick to create a beautiful balance. For accessories, silver or white gold jewelry will perfectly complement the cool tones of the blue. A handbag in white or beige will keep your entire look feeling light and fresh. Which shade of soft blue is calling your name? Let me know. So, we've been floating in the light, airy world of soft blue, a perfect color for bringing in light and freshness. But what happens when you want to feel more grounded? When you're ready to dial up the elegance and command a room with quiet confidence? For that, we need to move from the sky down to the earth, to a color that is deep, regal, and absolutely breathtaking. For decades, women have been told to follow one unspoken rule. When in doubt, wear black. It's safe, it's slimming, it's sophisticated. But I am here today to challenge that rule. Let's talk about rich plum and its gorgeous relatives. Think wine, burgundy, eggplant, and fig. This isn't just a replacement for black. It's an upgrade. This is the new black for the mature woman, powerful, but also incredibly warm. First, let's be honest about the problem with black. Physically, the color black absorbs all light and reflects none of it back. When you wear black close to your face, it creates harsh shadows, deepening the look of fine lines and draining the life right out of your complexion. For years, my closet was a sea of black. I thought it was chic, but when I look back at old photos, I realize I just look stern and unapproachable. Is anyone here a member of the all-black everything club? Be honest now, rich plum is completely different. It's a complex blend of blue and red. It's dark enough to be slimming, but those red undertones reflect a warm, sophisticated light back onto your skin, returning the rosy glow that black stole away. And there's a historical reason this color family is tied to power. In the ancient world, purple dye, the origin of plum, was the most expensive substance on earth. It was extracted from tens of thousands of sea snails just to produce a single gram. Only emperors, popes, and royalty could afford to wear it. So when you wear plum, you are literally draping yourself in a legacy of royalty, wisdom, and power. Think about the color you wear when you want to feel powerful. For Brenda, it was always black. Brenda was a retired CEO of a major corporation, a sharp woman whose wardrobe consisted of powerful black suits. That was her armor. When she was invited to a gala to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award, she instinctively chose a black dress. I convinced her to try something else, a velvet, knee-length dress in a deep wine color. The moment she put it on, the whole room seemed to hold its breath. She still radiated the power of a CEO, but the harsh, cold edge of the black was gone. In its place was a warmth, an approachability, an incredible elegance. The wine color made her salt and pepper hair look like shining silver, and her skin glowed under the lights. That night, she wasn't just a celebrated leader. She was a queen. She told me, for the first time, I felt like my power came from within me, not from the armor I was wearing. So, how do you conquer this regal color? First, fabric is king. This color shines best in materials with depth and texture. Think velvet, silk, satin, suede, and cashmere. My own treasured piece for special occasions is a velvet blazer in a deep plum. Second, let's talk about bold pairings. Rich plum with olive green, an unexpected and artistic combination that is so chic. Rich plum with camel, incredibly classy and timeless. And rich plum with navy blue, which creates a sophisticated, mysterious look for an evening out. Third, start with an accent piece. If you're not ready to commit, try a scarf, a pair of shoes, a handbag, or even a lipstick in a shade of plum. It's the easiest way to add a touch of luxury to any outfit. Which combination intrigues you the most? Plum with olive green, or the classic plum with camel? For makeup, a sheer plum lipstick is a modern alternative to a classic red. It defines the lips without feeling too heavy. Pair it with eyeshadow in tones of bronze or champagne gold. For accessories, both gold and silver work beautifully with plum. Gold creates a warm, royal feel. Silver offers a sharp, modern contrast. The choice is yours. So, we've explored the deep, luxurious world of rich plum. A color that makes you feel powerful and regal. It's perfect for those moments when you want to make a statement. But what about the other 95% of our lives? What's the color that gives you that same quiet confidence and sophistication, but for every day, in an earthy, natural way? To find that answer, we have to turn to a color inspired by nature itself. And now, we arrive at the final color on our journey. I have to admit, for years, I overlooked this color. I thought it was a bit military, a little drab. But I was wrong. Today, I consider soft olive green one of the hardest working and most sophisticated neutrals in my closet. We're talking about the shades of nature itself. Think sage green, moss green, and soft khaki. This is the color of quiet strength, of being grounded, and of an effortless, understated beauty. When you hear olive green, what's your first reaction? Do you think of army jackets or something more sophisticated? I'm genuinely curious to know. The secret to olive green's flattering ability lies in its yellow undertones. For most of us with warm or neutral skin tones, these yellow undertones harmonize perfectly with our natural complexion. It brings out a healthy warmth that gray or beige sometimes can't. But there's a deeper reason we're drawn to this color. There's a concept in design called biophilia, the theory that humans have an innate connection to nature. Psychologically, wearing nature-based colors like olive can tap into that connection, creating a feeling of peace and well-being. A study from the University of Exeter even found that exposure to green spaces can significantly reduce stress. So in a way, you could call this a healing color. And while it has military roots, designers like Yves Saint Laurent with his safari chic style in the 70s transformed olive into a symbol of earthy, adventurous luxury. Are there any nature lovers or gardeners watching right now? This color is especially for you. It reminds me of Susan, an artist who lives in a beautiful little house in the country. She loved her garden, but her wardrobe was full of safe but slightly dull browns and beiges. She said she didn't want her clothes to compete with the colors in her paintings. One day, I brought her a simple utility jacket in a soft sage green. At first, she was unsure, but I said, "Susan, don't think of it as a color. Think of it as a new neutral, a neutral that comes from your own garden." She tried the jacket on over her white t-shirt and khaki pants. And in that moment, everything just came into perfect harmony. She seemed to merge with her artistic, natural surroundings. The green didn't make her fade away. Instead, it became the perfect backdrop for her healthy skin and silver hair. It gave her an artistic, free-spirited, and vibrant look. It made her look like she belonged there in the most natural and beautiful way. Olive is incredibly versatile, and here's how to wear it beautifully. First, understand the different shades. Light olive is bright, sage green has a modern, gray undertone, and moss green is deeper, perfect for fall. Find the shade that speaks to you. Second, lean into natural fabrics. This color looks best in textured materials like linen, cotton, suede, and twill. Stay away from anything too shiny. My personal weekend uniform is a soft olive linen shirt, sleeves rolled up, paired with cream-colored jeans. Third, let's talk about powerhouse pairings. Olive green with warm ivory or cream is clean, fresh, and always elegant. Olive green with rich plum, as we discussed, is a very artistic combination. Olive green with denim is a casual look that never goes out of style. And olive green with soft rose pink is a wonderful balance of earthy and sweet. Many people are hesitant to pair colors with olive. What's the most surprising color combination you've ever tried with it? For accessories, this is where tan and cognac leather truly shine. A belt, a pair of boots, or a handbag in a rich tan leather will instantly elevate your olive green outfit. For makeup, keep things warm and natural. Bronze eyeshadow, a touch of terracotta blush, and a peachy nude lipstick are the perfect complements. And that is soft olive green, the color that grounds us with its natural, effortless grace. It completes our palette of 5 magical hues, from the inner glow of soft rose, to the candlelit softness of warm ivory, the fresh serenity of soft blue, the quiet power of rich plum, and finally, the earthy elegance of soft olive. Each color offers a unique way to celebrate the woman you have become. Now that we have these beautiful tools in our style toolkit, let's talk about how to bring it all together and how to step forward with a renewed sense of confidence and joy. And so, we've completed our beautiful journey through color together. We found the inner radiance in soft rose, the warm, candlelit glow of warm ivory, the fresh breath of air in soft blue, the deep, quiet power of rich plum, and the natural, earthy elegance of soft olive. But if, after this video ends, you only remember these 5 colors, then you've only gotten half the story. The real lesson here is so much deeper. The biggest lesson isn't in your closet. It's in your heart. First, it's the lesson of breaking the rules. Please, stop wearing the uniform of age. Your closet is your stage to express who you are, not a prison built from society's expectations. Give yourself permission to wear brilliant red, if you feel full of energy one day. Give yourself permission to wear a soft silk dress just because you want to feel beautiful. You have spent a lifetime following the rules. Now is the time to write your own. Second, it's the lesson of finding joy. Your closet should not be a burden, a boring chore. It should be your box of crayons. Style, at this chapter in your life, should be about play. Experiment. Combine things you never thought would go together. Maybe you'll create a combination that isn't perfect. So what? At least you had fun. At least you dared to try something new. That joy is more valuable than any perfect outfit. And the third lesson, which is the most important of all, celebrate your authentic beauty. Our goal is not to hide our wrinkles, but to highlight our radiance. The lines around your eyes, they are the roadmap of 1,000 smiles you've shared. Your silver hair, that is a crown of wisdom. Your beauty, at this stage of life, lies in your confidence, your experience, and the unique story that only you can tell. Wear the colors that make that story shine. And to start this new journey, I have a small challenge for you. Tomorrow, when you open your closet, I dare you to do one thing. Choose an item, a color, that you haven't worn in years because you thought, it's no longer for me. Wear it, go out, and just see how it makes you feel. I truly want to hear your stories. What color makes you feel most like yourself? Or do you have a story about an outfit that completely turned your day around? Please share it with me in our wonderful community in the comments below. And finally, if this video brought you a little bit of joy and inspiration, please take a second to hit like, subscribe to my channel, and share it with another amazing woman you know. Because we all deserve to shine. And always remember this, because you don't just deserve to look good, you deserve to feel magnificent every single day.